Good morning, everyone. Andy Schwab here with your Farm and Ranch News. Well, the state officer team from the Montana FFA Association was busy traveling the east side of the Treasure State this past week. Sean Billingsley, Montana FFA's second vice president, that is, told me while he was in the studio, their district leadership seminar tour, or DLS, helps the younger FFA members become strong leaders in the ag community.
And we're really focusing on developing the next generation of FFA members and also the agriculturists from around the state, teaching them some really great life skills and some really great opportunities to better themselves and better their leadership abilities.
The state FFA officer team will continue that DLS tour this week on the western end of the state. Well, with a recent announcement from the EPA to revise the Waters of the U.S. rule, the agency will be hosting 3 webinars about the conforming rule. Now, those webinars will not be live as their registration quickly filled up on all 3 engaging opportunities. However, the webinars will be recorded and posted there after they air. The EPA says that they aim to provide updates on the definitions of the waters of the United States as part of that 2023 rule that is invalidated by the Supreme Court's interpretation of the Clean Water Act in that Sackett decision. Now, also looking forward, the USDA will release their latest World Ag Supply and Demand Estimates report tomorrow morning. With that ongoing war in Ukraine, it's likely going to be interesting to see what the USDA revises of the outlook for the wheat as the fundamentals remain extremely volatile. This report will also be the first time this year that the actual data of the yield surveys could be clarified in that crop looking forward. Well, that's all for Ag News, but join me back here shortly for Look at Your Ag Markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought. There always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. But it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back, friends. Your Ag News and your market. Certified Angus Beef launched a brand new the Ranch to Table program last week. That means Angus farmers and ranchers now have the option to market their beef directly to consumers as a CAB product. More specifically, Ranch to Table is a direct partnership between the program of CAB and cattle operations using Angus genetics that allows those ranchers to use the brand's trusted reputation for increased gain. To participate in the program, a producer's cattle must be incorporated in that registered Angus genetics, which may require an American Angus Association active membership or proof of bull registration along with a beef quality assurance certification. Of course, the cattle must meet that brand's annual or animal evaluation, that is, and predominantly be solid black hide. Well, feedlots certainly had their week of success last week as those feedlots demanded those steady prices as the cash cattle sector saw some support from the futures board. Now, this week's market will also be a toss-up with that WASDE report, likely going to change the direction of the grain markets. Speaking at our neighbors to the east of a good test of those yearling steers and heifers, Belle had a big test of those 8 and 9 weight cattle. Prices do continue holding up that $2,200 per head mark for those steers. Sticking in that corner of the Mount Rushmore state, the sheep sale saw a big test on Thursday. Demand did dip a little bit on the previous 2 weeks' big gains. However, they're still elevated from what we saw this summer. And grade trade had a little bit of slip of those crop conditions and a bullish drop in the yield productions for corn and soybeans. Wheat also fell on the prospect of beneficial rains in the southern plains. With your Ag News, I'm Andy Schwab.